out here with an Alpha-1 review. We are now looking at Immortal Kombat 6. And it was one hell of a show, people. It was great to see Cindy there. She really enjoyed her the show back. Great seeing you there. Wait to see you at Immortal Kombat 7, hopefully sooner. So, to start off the match, we had the tag team match of No New Friends taking on the newly formed team of Space Pirates. No New Friends really did make no new friends at Alpha-1, but I gotta say, I was heavily impressed by their in-ring ability. And despite us booing the hell out of them, I do hope to see No New Friends back in Alpha-1, because, honestly, they were actually a very good team and gave Space Pirate a run for their money. But in the end, Space Pirate did win, and most likely will be the number one contenders for the Alpha-1 tag titles, which I will get to a little later on, because let's just say I got a lot to say about that. After the tag match, we had your Zero Gravity 5-way elimination match, where you had Gregory Iron taking on the Diamond Tiger, Kobe Durst, taking on Kurt Stallion, taking on the Bone Crusher, Steve Brown, and facing the champion, none other than BMD himself. Again, it was a superb match. In the end, it came down to Kobe Durst and BMD. BMD retained yet again. And in the midst of his victory celebration, I'm sorry I didn't go into depth of the eliminations like I usually do. For that, please check out Brian and Cindy's review video. They'll go more in depth. I'm just going through a quick review, and because there's a lot of rants I'm going to have, so I'd rather give you the information, but then share my opinions on some of this stuff later. So we had BMD celebrating, and none other than the first ever Alpha Male Champion, Justin Sane, came out and attacked BMD from behind. And Justin Sane had a lot of stuff to criticize about what's happening currently in Alpha-1. And I don't want to be bashing Alpha-1, but he did have a lot of valid points. Look at Kobe Durst. He was the longest reigning Alpha Male Champion, and right now he has yet to get a win, people. Also, so I had a very big agreement with that. It's even though I wasn't the biggest fan of Kobe Durst, you spent almost 2 years building this guy up. Is unbeaten. He was the Zero Gravity Champion, longest reigning Alpha Male Champion, and yet now he can't even buy a freaking win. What up with that? As well, he's saying how it's been neutered, Alpha-1. And again, I got to agree with that. Ricky Shane Page is a former Tournament of Death champion. And then you gave him the Alpha Male Championship, finally. But his run doesn't seem as dominant as it could be. And then that whole damn storyline of him dealing with his emotions by getting Gregory Iron to push pills on him, I did not agree with at all. I hated that storyline. I'm so glad it was done with. But he's a Tournament of Death champion. He was a CZW heavyweight champion. he's from CZW, one of the most hardcore leagues out there. And I'm not seeing that from him. And going back to the second annual Purge, that was neutered because people don't like seeing blood. They're like, oh, I know you guys want to be family friendly and stuff, but do not host an event called the Purge where there is no rules, no stipulation, no rules, whacked out stipulations and everything. Weapons illegal, and encouraged, and not really go forward with that. And it's just ridiculous that you're letting a few very vocal people dictate what the product you put out, which is kind of complete bullshit. And also, again, you guys using the tag team championships so poorly. I will get that when I talk about the tag team title match, but dear God. And then the final thing Justin Sane said, which I do not agree with, is the popularity of BMD. Because we have seen BMD come in, day out, bust his ass for the fans. And Alpha-1 finally decided to reward him with the Outer Limits title. So I did not agree with that aspect of Justin Sane's tirade, but I did agree with 2/3 of it. That Kobe Durst should not be struggling the way he is, and I think Alpha-1 has been neutered. I'm not saying I dislike it. I just say it has it's been toned down since I started watching it 2 years ago. So after that, sorry for the long tirade on that. We had Gringo Loco taking on the Zero Gravity champion, the so-called real Ben Affleck, Alex Daniels. Now that was a very interesting match. And in the end, you did have Alex Daniels retain the title. Now, we're going to the shitstorm that I'm about to unload on you people. We had the Alpha-1 Tag Team Championships match. I'm just going to get it out of the way now. Western Med Connection beat Besties in the World. And, one of the Besties did suffer and then re-injured himself, but he is okay. And I'm glad, Dr. Dan, you took my advice and got new ring gear. But you guys are pathetic. Your second run is worse than your first run. At least in your first one, you were able to win a match legitimately. Now you can't. You can't win a match legit. You have to cheat or some end round or get disqualified to retain your goddamn titles. And Alpha-1, why are you doing this to your fan base? The tag team titles were so prestigious. Back when the Virus had it. Back when All Ego and Cody Rhodes had them. You had a great chance with Cooler House. And you've had so many great people become Alpha-1 Tag Team Champions. You had Justin Sane and Leon Knight as champions. You had the Super Smash Bros. As champions. You've had some legit people carry those belts. And I'm not bashing more. It's not really much on Jim 9, but it's Dr. Dan. You spent his entire career up to this point making him look pathetic. And there is no rhyme or reason why he's elevated so high now. He did not show any growth of his character from when he was a jobber to now that he's a tag team champion. 2-time tag team champion. No fucking growth whatsoever. Sorry for swearing, but I just can't help it. And as well, Jim 9, he was going on a great role as a super good heel when he broke up the theories of evolution. By creating Evil Space Monkey. That feud was pretty damn entertaining. And you had Jim 9 the most evil and demonic as he could get. He was a true evil genius then. Like, we got to see him euthanize Evil Space Monkey for losing a match. He basically killed Evil Space Monkey in the middle of the ring. And so, like, if you continued on with that character, he would have been a legit top heel for Alpha-1. He could have been going for the Zero Gravity. Hell, he could have had a great feud for the Alpha Male title with Ricky Shane Page. Because he was the one that originally created the drugs that made Ricky comatose, pretty much. But no, you had to slap these two of the guys together and make it a comedic heel act, which is just bad. Jim 9 should be given more respect in this, and if you were going to make them a tag team, at least have built them up over a certain amount of time. But clearly, Alpha-1, you seem not to care about the tag titles. Why should I anymore? You know what? Fuck it.
Fuck it all, fuck it all. Don't give a shit anymore. Fuck it all. Flip the table, screw you all. I don't take this bullshit anymore. I don't give a fuck.
Then, after that, sorry for the long tirade, but I just can't stand that. Okay, then, you probably had the best match I have ever seen for quite some time in Alpha-1. But yes, that did not involve Josh Alexander. You had Jodie Frisch taking on DJ Z. Bang! And my God, that was phenomenal match. A phenomenal match, people. And they went all over the place. They went all out. And my God, this should have been the main event, I feel like. So we had that, and they went into the crowd, and they pulled off some of the most amazing stuff I've ever seen. I loved it, and I really hope these two come back again to Alpha-1. Maybe have like a best of 3 match or something with these guys, but these guys need to come back to Alpha-1 because they put on one hell of a show. Then, after that, we had the Special Attraction Grudge Tag Team match, where you had Alessandro Del Bruno, the godfather of Alpha-1, a former Grand Slam champion, one of the top ever Zero Gravity champions. He's done it all, won it all in Alpha-1. Teaming up with the Scuzz Bucket, the piece of shit, the cheesy Mark Wheeler. And again with the Dr. Dan rant, I have the same problems with Mark Wheeler. I don't like the guy. It's hard for me to say that because I respect everyone that goes into the ring and performs, but not him. Something about him does not click with me. And another guy that had nothing going for him, and all of a sudden we see him as the Alpha-1's top heel? Like, give me a break. His feud with Steve Brown was lackluster at best, because half his wins were from countout or DQ. And when he did pull off a win, he got booed. He got booed out of the building. Um, and like he can't win a match without Del Bruno interfering. Hey, Del Bruno, you've had all these credentials, and he didn't. Why do you need him around you? It's actually diminishing your reputation. So, but the match itself was very damn good. With you had Del Bruno and Cheesy taking on the returning Monster Mafia of your Southside World Champion, All Ego Ethan Page, and the walking weapon himself, Josh Alexander. Great match. Monster Mafia proved why they are one of Canada's best tag teams and won titles all over, including PWG, and whipped their sorry asses down. And glad to see it. I know this feud ain't going to be over because not so much Del Bruno, but Wheeler is a whiny little bitch. And will probably want to, and Del Bruno will want to redeem himself to prove that this was a fluke. But I don't see it until Del Bruno, until you drop Wheeler, I don't see you winning shit. Okay, then for your main event, people, you had WWE Attitude Era superstar Gangrel taking on the Alpha Male Champion Ricky Shane Page. Great match between the two. Gangrel shows he still got it. That's why he has such a great career now. His career's kind of gone back up since coming onto the independent scene. So we hope to see Gangrel again at Alpha-1. Let's just put that straight. And it was a great back and forth match. They both put great offense towards each other. In the end, Ricky Shane Page retained the title, and this time without knocking out the ref. So, after the match, we had the Balls, Stokely Hathaway, come out, pretend to congrats, Ricky. Then we had Big Man from behind attack him. And then something interesting happened. He had Stokely Hathaway announce that at the next event, which is the Purge 3, that he's tired of sending other people to do the job. So he's going to do it himself. So what does that mean? Does that mean we're going to get an Alpha Male title match between Stokely Hathaway and RSP at the Purge 3? Or is it going to be Big Man? Are we going to see MJF versus Ricky Shane Page, like 3 or 4 or whatever it is? Only time will tell. Stay tuned. We'll let you know as soon as we get information about that. Overall, Immortal Kombat 6 was a very, very good show. Sorry for the long ass rants, but I just had to get that off my chest. Because I know Alpha-1 is doing a great job. I really have been enjoying the product. But there's just some stuff that is really irritating me. Like, why all of a sudden are we now pushing Dr. Dan, characters like Dr. Dan and Mark Wheeler, when you have so much great talent on the roster and coming through the system at HPW and so forth as well? You got the tag team titles, man. There's so many great tag teams in this province that would be gladly able to be great representatives of your title. And you have Western Med Connection. Hey, Alpha-1, I'll give you a secret about Western Med. And finally, you're having the Purge 3. Please don't neuter it like you did the last one. But other than that, great show. Hope to see you at the next one. Peace out, all.